I should say just very briefly, since I mentioned those color codes, in general, when you're looking at the tortoise reports and looking at sector evaluations, we're distinguishing between performance now and at another time in the past. We basically use this model of green, white, yellow, and red. And so for anything that we're looking at, in this case, the standard deviation of the S&P compared to its price, so we're looking at a percentage of volatility by using price and its daily volatility, looking back 180 days, and we distinguish between the average line, which is this black line, that happened to be the 6-month average, and then plus or minus one standard deviation would give you yellow and red. Yellow and white, and then more than one standard deviation would get you in this green zone, and more than one standard deviation below average would put you in the red zone. And the way statistics are computed, you get about 1/6 of the data falls into the green, 1/6 into the red, and about 1/3 each in the yellow and the white. And so that gives you an idea of the quantum level, or the energy state, or the performance band within which the data you're looking at falls into. It could be volatility, it could be price. Find that this general approach to trading with statistics and what I call traffic lighting with statistics allows me to simplify the math sufficiently so that I don't get caught up in the complexity of it. I still have actionable information, and it resonates with my rules of thumb and the habits and practices I've developed over time. So when you see things coded as green, white, yellow, red, that's where it's coming from. Finding the average of an appropriate look-back period, placing today's performance inside that in context, and comparing it to the average and standard deviation gives us those 4 buckets of green, white, yellow, and red. Anything white is better than the population average, up to 1 standard deviation better. When you get more than 1 standard deviation above average, that's when it turns green. Similarly, yellow is within 1 standard deviation of average, or less than 1 standard deviation from average. And then red is if it gets more than 1 SD below average, then it turns red. So it's Ken Long from Tortoise Capital with some mental models and just some comments on statistics for your general use. Keep your risk measured and your powder dry.